typical people.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure I enjoy getting out and rolling in the snow. Why wouldn't everybody enjoy something like that?
Yeah.
Uh,
And a
so
lot of our folks have, like, they've been to the hospital or they've been in treatment, and really this is a normalizing experience where they just get to be in nature and get to connect with their peers and have fun. And so as much as Dawn and I would like to have an agenda and have it work all of the time, it's like, again, like, yeah, we've got to throw our agenda out the window sometimes and just be like, okay, this is what people are needing right now, and what they're needing is us to not have an agenda or to have a therapeutic approach. It's like they need to have some fun.
some fun and some freedom, just to get out, take a big deep lungful of air, and just look around.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that too is them not feeling stigmatized and isolated. I've definitely heard a client say, like, I just feel accepted when I'm out in nature. Like, I feel like I belong here. And that's why we're doing this work.
That's got to make you guys feel so good when you hear something like that.
Yeah.
So when you say it's a new program, has Colorado Recovery, like in the past year, just started doing this?
It's a good question, Zach. So, yeah, I mean, kind of, yeah. So I took on the community organizer role a couple of years ago, and I know that they've done, previous to me, they had done maybe a trip or two camping. And then when I took on this new role and they knew that I had a wilderness therapy background, they were like, hey, we'd like to do some trips. And so Dawn and I did our first trip, and it was really powerful. We had some really great feedback from clients, and really this desire to create this wilderness programming came from our clients. And so Dawn and I created a proposal, and Colorado Recovery accepted it. And so we created this program that did, 5 trips a year.
Yeah, so it's really exciting for us to be able to do this. And Katie has been running hiking trips with clients, and I think that's really ignited their, I think, like, fascination to want to go out into the woods for, multiple nights at a time.
So it's just you two. You are the two wilderness therapy individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I would say, like, we've definitely created this program from scratch. And also Colorado Recovery has given us the freedom to do so in a lot of ways. And we got a generous donation from a parent who allowed us to purchase some gear. And yeah, so mostly the desire is coming from these clients, and also, why not utilize 2 wilderness therapists who are working for Colorado Recovery? So,
yeah, it's really exciting to be able to, do what you went to school for,
and do your own programming, because it has not existed at Colorado Recovery before, and it's exciting that we have the freedom to really build our own agenda and know what our clients need.
I know it's all very new, but if you're anything like me, you probably have big thoughts. Where do you see the program going? What is your end goal?
Well, I'm looking at Katie right now because I would imagine we have similar ideas, but I don't know if we've ever actually spoken about this together. So, Katie, do you want to talk about this?
I'd rather them be different. It's more fun that way.
Thanks, Zach. So I actually just gave up it was really sad, and it's been really actually kind of painful. I just gave up the community organizer position and stepped into the outpatient therapist role. And part of my negotiations was like, I want to make sure that I can still continue this wilderness therapy programming. So yeah, my thoughts are that, like, I want to continue to build upon what we've created so far. And that may look like yeah, I'd like to really build upon what we've created right now and figure out how we can essentially make this more of a potentially a wilderness track for folks that are coming in. So if someone comes into our program and wants to gain, the benefits of our service, I'd like to really offer them an opportunity to engage more in these wilderness opportunities. And you're gonna
my vision is actually pretty similar to Katie's. We really wanted to have this program be integrated into Colorado recovery, because I know personally, and I believe Katie and I have both talked about this, we've never felt like a traditional wilderness therapy program fit our needs of, going out into the wilderness for 2 to 3 weeks at a time. And it's really important for us to be able to show clients that we can go out in the wilderness and we can have these experiences and we can grow and we can heal. And then we have to come back into community, into society, and be able to integrate what we learned out there into the society. So we kind of like the ability to be able to do both of those things and have it not just be all about what happens out there, because you need to know how to bring it back to here and being able to function in society, because for most of our clients, they're not going to be living their lives in the wilderness. So they need to learn how to function in society.
You certainly have a very unique set of situations to overcome with the clients you serve. But it's interesting to see you two actively taking this kind of what I would consider unorthodox approach to this population. Hopefully it's something that you guys can continue and be successful at, and maybe some other people can look at your guys' model and say, hey, they might be onto something here.
We are, Zach.
It's great. I'm going to dig more into it. I want to talk to you guys again after I've had a chance to kind of research some things.
Are there any, I know you've been asking us questions this whole time, but are there any other questions that are kind of lingering that you're wondering about right now?
I was just looking over my list here. I don't think so. I think I've had everything kind of answered. Is there any last kind of parting comments that you'd like to make to people regarding, some of these individuals with severe mental illnesses and how we can help them?
That is a big question.
Yeah, I mean, we've obviously talked about a lot tonight so far, and I think I was just looking down at the notes that we created here, and I just wanted to add one more piece of empowerment and how important that is for our clients to really feel empowered and feel like they have a voice. And, being out in the wilderness really gives clients, and I can say for myself, an opportunity to feel like I can overcome challenges and obstacles in my life just by simply putting a backpack on and, going 2 miles down the trail and feeling like, wow, I accomplished that. And I think that's just really important for humans in general to feel that sense of empowerment.
Anything else?
Well, Zach, I guess I'm curious about why you started this podcast and what inspired you to, basically reach out to Colorado recovery.
Okay. So, I guess I'll go and give you the long version. A friend of mine started a Facebook page called 12 Hike. And his idea was to try to motivate people to take a hike somewhere at least one time a month. Mm-hmm. The area we came from there's a lot of obesity problems. There's a lot of drug problems. He was just trying to do something to make a difference. Well, I moved out here and I started just posting pictures of my mountain hikes on his page. And he asked me to kind of jump on and help him grow the page a little bit, get some more people interested. And I'm a podcast junkie. I've always wanted to do one. I love them. And I thought, well, why don't I just do a podcast about anything has to do with being outside? I'm an avid hunter, fisherman. I kayak, So all these things kind of just, they're interesting to me. So why not talk to other people that are interested in it also? The other half of that is after we moved, I've been off work for a year, and that's not a headspace I'm good with. So I started having some, I guess you can say, mental health, the little minor issues, anxieties, just stuff like that. And doing this podcast has given me some kind of purpose or something to put my energy into.
Meaning.
Yeah.
Meaning, exactly. So that's the deeper meaning to why I did it is I was doing it for myself. I wanted to challenge myself and re-engage myself with people. And it's really helped me with that. And as far as how I found you guys, after talking with Huts for Vets, I realized there is a whole subset of organizations out there that use wilderness to help people. And I didn't think about that. I always thought of going outside as just recreation, not as therapy. Mm-hmm. So this is a whole new set of thinking for me. And I've learned a lot just from talking to people like you.
Well, I'm glad that you challenged yourself in doing this, and you also just challenged me personally to do this.
And me. It's really, it's scary to be recorded and be like, hey, do a podcast. Talk about your thing.
Well, and here's the thing you guys aren't even thinking about. You don't have to listen to your own voices for a couple of hours while you edit it.
True.
That was the biggest hurdle for me. The cringy feeling of hearing my voice over and over and over. It's unsettling.
Yeah,
but you're probably used to it now. Yeah.
I still catch myself every once in a while. I've got a real bad accent. I know I do. And every once in a while, I hear myself say something and go, "Oh God, I sound like that."
Or you could reframe and say you have a real good accent.
Yeah, okay. I'll try to spin it that way from here on out.
I'm sorry. I have one more last clarifying question because I'm curious about this. How did you know that Colorado Recovery was doing wilderness therapy work?
Well, on one of the Facebook ads that I seen, it was an ad specifically about you guys taking a backpacking trip somewhere.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then, after I contacted Kelly, she gave me some more information about your program. She didn't really go in depth about it, but she said that you two were the two that I needed to talk to. So that's how it happened. And that's how all of my interviews have happened. I've searched for people that I think may be interesting to talk to. I send them a message and cross my fingers and hope they respond.
Awesome. So, Zach, you're going to make us sound real good, right, on your podcast?
I don't even know if I'm going to edit it. I might just put it out like this. I don't know.
You should probably edit it. Come on.
I will edit it. Don't worry. There'll be lots of beautiful music. It'll sound great.
Well, I appreciate you reaching out and just fulfilling your interest in all of this. And it's been really nice talking to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, if you guys get some of your programs back up and running and you ever want to maybe talk about some of the experiences on a particular trip, get a hold of me. I'll be more than happy to do repeat episodes with you guys.
Awesome. Yeah. And I'm thinking it might be cool to have some clients even come in and just, essentially have you ask them a few questions.
I've had some people extend offers for me to go out with them on some of their trips. The Huts for Vets guy was pretty enthusiastic about me doing kind of a live podcast with one of his groups. And if that's ever something you guys want to try, I'd be more than happy to tag along.
Cool. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, well, we'll definitely have to keep in touch.
Absolutely, and I'll send you guys some information about some of the other programs I've looked into, some of the organizations. And if you guys get any ideas, you can incorporate into yours, all the better.
Right, exactly.
Cool.
Well, if there's nothing else, it's been fun. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So did we.
Sorry we were awkward.
Hey, you're fine. It's a weird mode to